Yo, it's your boy Marcus Sky in this FLOSS magazine, and today we got a real special guest coming straight out of Jersey, Newark, right?
Yeah, Newark.
Listen, the next up and coming. You
Okay.
guys, listen, all y'all female rappers that say y'all rap, we got one that raps, like rap, all right?
Okay.
We got Deja.
Yeah, it's Deja
Yo,
Destinee in the motherfucking building.
yes.
Yeah.
What's up, girl? How's everything?
I'm good. How are
I'm doing
you?
good. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You blinked out.
Yep. I'm trying to match your energy.
Period.
Trying to match your energy. Now, we bumped into. Well, I didn't. I seen you. We didn't really get to have a conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
Heard about you and stuff. Paris was telling me about you, and I'm like, I bumping the music and stuff. And yo, girl, I'm impressed.
Thank
Yo,
you.
like
Thank
I was
you.
listening to your last project, and you know when females say, "Yo, I could rap," and then you hear what they spin, it's like, all right. And then I hear your music, and it's like a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
Let me know, like, talk to me, like, was you always like, how did you really get into like music and stuff? Like, yeah.
So I started they found out that I could sing when I was like 8 years old.
Mm,
And then from there, like when I was 10, I started just doing auditions, performing and things like that. I won
okay,
first place on the Apollo, like
really,
yeah. Singing Jennifer Hudson, and I am telling you, like, so
right,
I was singing, you know what I'm saying?
shit. Okay,
But I started out in music as an R&B singer.
really,
And then yeah, I transitioned, into rap more just because it's fun. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? Outside of the fact that
right,
I know how to push my pen regardless.
right,
It's fun to rap. I feel like it doesn't take as much thought, you know?
right. I mean, because you said it doesn't take a lot of thought, but it seemed like you do put a lot of thought into your writing process.
Into what I'm saying,
Because
yeah.
I was listening to MMM, Money
Hmm.
Making Music. I was listening to there's what's this other joint? I think it's Aquarius.
Oh yeah, that's my
Yeah, like
song.
that. Yo, I seen that on I think it was on YouTube Shorts, and I'm like, yo, this
Over.
Bob's right here, and I was like,
Yeah, that's my song right there.
let me know, like because I don't want to, like, I hate comparing people to other artists, but it sounds so fresh. Like, do you have any like influences that influence your sound over the years, or
Drake is definitely one of my biggest influences in just my ability to combine singing and rapping.
right?
I think that comes from him. Also, Janae Aiko as well.
Oh, okay,
With a lot of my like more melodic songs.
right.
And then recently, I've been influenced by Cash Cobain and just that whole sexy drill sound. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I feel like that's what Aquarius. That's what you brought up.
right,
So that's what I'm speaking about specifically. Like that song, is influenced by the sexy drill sound, and me and my producers, both of them just kind of getting together and trying to recreate
right,
something. That same type of vibe.
right. And when it comes to like the Jersey scene and stuff for like rap, like when it comes to like, 'cause I know they're real big on the Jersey club and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you're kind of carving, I would say, like, carving your own lane out in Jersey and stuff. Like, how do
Hmm.
you feel about just making your own sound, trying to stand out? Because you got artists like Too Rare, with the Jersey club, and
Hmm.
I feel like it just sounds so different. So like, how do you feel about the current state of music in Jersey?
I feel like everybody has their own sound and everything like that. My vision for where I want to go is bigger than Jersey. So,
Mm,
if all I wanted to do was make music for Jersey and just be the biggest Jersey artist,
right,
then all I would do is, make Jersey Club or, make drill music and rap mad fast and stuff like
right,
that, but um my path is a lot bigger than just one place.
mm,
So because of that, I make music that I feel is more universal,
right,
not just one place is gonna listen to them and think that it's a bop, but I got something for everybody.
mm,
We have the slower rap like MMM. When
yeah,
you take that down south, they go crazy. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right,
Because of the cadence, because of that, it's a slower kind of sound. And then you got Drive, which is sexy drill,
right,
and New York fuck with it. You know
yep,
what I'm saying?
right,
So it's just it's different. But I like to keep my sound universal, and whoever likes it, they're gonna like it. If you don't like it, you're
Yeah.
just not gonna like it, and
Yeah,
you're just
listen,
not for
man.
me. I don't
Listen, if you're
care.
not on the wave, basically, then listen, you're
Okay,
gonna get left behind.
you
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
will.
And I heard you say something. You was talking about, taking music to that place.
Hmm.
And are you currently like signed,
I'm
or
not
you're
signed.
not signed?
No.
And I seen you also penned a couple.
Mhm.
So I know
Yeah.
we can't talk about who you penning for,
Yes.
but how do I say this? Like, you basically, you evolving your sound. You've been writing bars. No ghostwriters for her.
No
Straight
ghostwriters.
writing the bars.
Okay, can we put that in
Yeah,
bold letters?
listen.
What are we talking about?
So, what does the future look like for you? Like, what does like 5 years, a year from now? Like, what is the ultimate goal for Deja?
Like, the ultimate goal is just to be as big as I could possibly, be. Get as much money out of this as I could possibly get
Right.
out of it. Venture into mad different things. I feel like the sky is the limit, and my talent is also limitless. And I think that there's so many different avenues that I'm able to tap into,
Right.
because of the type of person that I am, just because of the business mentality, because I'm able to do so many different things, the way that I look too.
Right.
Everything is marketable.
Yeah.
And with that, it just allows for me to know that once one thing blow up, it's gonna make everything else do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just patiently doing what I'm supposed to do to make sure that all of that happens. I used to say, oh, in 5 years I'm gonna be here, or in 5 years, oh, I'm gonna get a Grammy, or whatever the case may be. But it's really like, you can't rush your path. Everybody has their own story, and how they get to where they are.
Right.
And I think that for me is just, I was brought up doing music,
Right.
performing and everything like that. And I think that it was a reason that mine is a little bit slower than somebody that may not have been brought up doing music and performing.
Right.
And I think that helps with, to me, the longevity of what my career will be.
Yeah. And like, how do you feel about like people that, let's just say, got certain opportunities and they didn't put in the work behind the scenes? Or like, let's say, you've been singing, making music for a couple years, like give or take, how long would you say? Like 10,
20 at
20,
this point.
right? So
I'm grown.
yeah,
Yeah.
fully grown. So like, how do you feel about like artists that just, what they call like industry plants, or even people that just get a little TikTok song popping, get signed off of that, go viral off of that, and then you sitting here, putting in sweat, tears into all your songs, and you feel like you're almost there, but like, how does that feel for you? Like, just seeing like
Yeah.
other females, or even other artists in general.
Of course. I'm not a hater, and I find it hard to be a hater. I can't hate because somebody else got something that
Right.
I want. You know what I'm saying? All I could do is just continue doing what I'm doing so that I can get the same thing, And don't get me wrong, I have days where I be like, man, how the hell, like,
Right.
what is going on? Like, why is it taking so long? Everybody has that, but Nipsey said something that's very, very important, and it's just like the difference between, the people that actually succeed and the people that don't is that, the people that succeed, they don't quit. At the end of the day, you're never gonna make it if you quit. So I just, on the days that I'm like, I don't know if I can continue to do this, the back of my brain be like, no, like, you're passionate about it.
Right.
I couldn't even imagine doing anything other than music making me happy,
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays, they feel like you just got to make a song that's catchy and then blow up. And
I mean, but that's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's true,
But,
but you can take that,
right.
and if you really have, that's like, you have artists that rap or sing so well,
Right.
but they will dumb down their talent for the sake of a hit.
Right.
And that's okay. Once after that hit blow up, you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
you
that's
know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Respectfully. Once that song blows up, it's kind of like, okay, what follows it, you want to make sure that that's a hit too. But if
Right.
all of your music before that one song drop was already fire, all of that music that you put out is gonna go up too, because you got that one hit. So it's kind of like, once you get that one,
Right.
everything go.
Right, that's true. But see, what I wanted to highlight was because everyone thinks it's about the music. You could be the best rapper. You could sit there, do some what is it, metaphors off the back of your head, and
Hmm.
rap fast all you want. Have a catchy hook. But what I noticed about you, like going back to seeing you at these events, you network a lot.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of artists, when it comes to like artist development and just putting your face in the right room, like putting a name to the face, you do that pretty good. I didn't know about you until Paris, our editor in chief at Floss magazine, told me about you.
Yeah.
And I see you at the events. I didn't get, to speak to you, but I see you there. I'm pretty sure that you're always in these rooms and stuff. I see you, outside networking in these
Yeah.
groups with other artists and stuff. And, I just wanted to, give you your flowers to that because, it's one thing to sit here and put, pen to paper, but you're actually putting in the work. You meet people, you shaking hands, kissing babies, all that stuff. You're doing what you got to do, get your name in the right room and stuff. And, I feel like you're on course to actually, be the next big artist out of Jersey. Like,
Thank
I
you.
really believe that.
Thank
I
you.
was listening to your music and I'm like, yo, this girl's so talented. Like, I was listening to Dawn
Hmm.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, she's spitting, bro. I was like, yo, I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, why we can't have you in New York, girl? Why you can't be from New York?
I am, but wait, because don't get
uh,
it. I'm from the Bronx
oh,
originally, and I was
okay.
raised in Newark.
What
Yeah,
part in the
the
Bronx?
South Bronx. I'm
South
from
Bronx.
Lambert.
Okay, girl.
Yeah,
See,
type shit.
yeah, was it from Harlem? So what is it?
Okay.
Same vibe, same
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Let me ask, what's your favorite song off your project,
My favorite song,
or
man.
favorite song in general?
I'm gonna say okay. Off my project, I really love Eminem.
MMM.
I
Okay.
and I'm gonna say okay to listen to like just to vibe. I love Drive because
Okay.
that's just one of my songs that I can just vibe to at all times, especially if I'm literally driving. Like it hits
Right.
every time. But like performing wise, I love to perform Eminem.
MMM.
Like
Okay.
I'm telling you, even when I had in February when I had like I had a birthday party and
Right.
also a release party, and I dropped my project 12 a.m. and then we had the party later on that day,
Right.
and they was all singing all of the song, all of the words to MMM, and then they
That's
had
what's
me
up.
performing like back to
Back.
back to back to
That's
back.
what's up.
So yeah, that's one of the ones I love that one.
That's what's up. And what song has the most sentimental value to you?
Sentimental
Like your
value.
baby, like that song that you put like blood. It could be something personal. It could be something that you felt like,
I
you know,
think that the a song that I put my blood, sweat, and tears in, like personal like that, is not even out yet.
really.
Yeah, yeah. My music, I tend to make music for other people so
Right.
much that I don't really make too much personal music.
Mm.
But when I do, it's personal,
Right.
So it's for me. I have a song that's not out, but I do plan on dropping it at
Okay.
some point soon, maybe.
All right. And let me ask, like, how do you? Because since you write for other people, like,
Hmm.
how do you know what songs is good for you and what songs is good for the next person? Like, maybe something that you flow good on and you
Hmm.
really want it for yourself, and then somebody comes on and like, oh, I like that for myself. Or like, do you give other artists like, the scraps, the throwaways, or like
Hmm.
how are you with that process?
Yeah, I don't have no throwaway songs. Like
Hmm.
they all kind of
They
hit.
they all hit,
But
right?
yeah, they do. They all hit respectfully though. Humbly. But I think that what if I feel like, oh, okay, this might not be a hit for me, but
Right.
somebody else might they might be able to take it. Or let's say, for example, it's a bigger artist than me and you just so happen to like the song. Go ahead and
Right.
take it. You know what I'm saying? As long
Yeah.
as I get the bag, I don't care.
Right. Right. As
I don't
long as
care.
the
I could
back end
write
is good.
1,000 songs. So that's not nothing to me.
Mm.
Yeah.
And outside of music, like, cause you're from Newark, right?
Yeah. Type shit.
Well, from the Bronx, live in Newark,
There we
but
go.
you was raised in the Bronx or
I
raised?
was so like all of my summers, any breaks that I had, I was in the Bronx, back in the
Okay.
Bronx, because we moved to Jersey when I was like maybe in like second grade. So that's
Okay.
why I
So
say
you
I
still
was
young,
raised there.
right?
But again, I was always still in the Bronx.
How was it growing up out there?
I mean, what were we talking about? Newark?
Yeah. Well,
All right.
Newark, Jersey in general.
Well, I mean, Newark is it's a very interesting place.
Right.
It's very cultured. Depending on where you go, you might get into some crazy stuff.
Right.
I've always been the same type of person, very likable, but also people didn't like me too.
That
So
comes.
that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just the around the way girl that everybody really fucks with like that. Yeah.
And like, did your music like ever like did your environment ever play into your music?
Of
You know.
course, I think that the more aggressive part of me is definitely the environment that I grew up in. You know, just my upbringing as a whole. My mom,
Mm,
just just kind of how I was raised. It put that hurt in me, but I
right.
also know how to turn that off as well.
Right.
And I think that that's important. You
Mm,
know, not to just carry that everywhere that you go, but to be able to turn that on and off
right.
when needed.
And I asked that because just like New York, Jersey is also one of those rough areas. Like fall into the wrong crowd. So much talent, so much potential in every neighborhood in Jersey and Harlem, New York
Mhm.
City, and people get caught up in the wrong things.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, how would you consider yourself? Like, do you feel like you want to influence like the next generation of artists, or like even young female rappers, young girls in general? Trying to grow up in these tough environments. Like, how does that? Like, what role do you see yourself in when trying to? How do I say? I don't want to say like setting an example or showing them, hey, I'm from Newark. I can make it out. You can too.
Mhm.
If you stay focused, this is where you could be at. Like, what's your take on that?
I think that that's literally what you said is what it is. If
Mm,
if you stay focused, anything that you put your mind to, you'll be able to do. Don't even let the people that surround you. If the people that surround you is not 100% backing what you're doing,
right.
if they're not happy about the things that you have coming out, if you dropping music and this is not if you whack, don't be mad at your friends because they're not supporting you
Right.
respectfully because that's just not fair. But if your music is fire or whatever you're doing is fire and you really are serious about it and the people that surround you are not taking it serious, then you got the wrong people around you. A lot of the times you don't want to be the most successful person in your friend group. It's like that's not the way to really grow. You want people that have more than you around you to motivate you, to make you see different things and be like, damn, I've never seen this before, but this is what I want to do.
Mm,
Like I have friends that are way more famous than I am, and
right.
just being around them, Mariah Lynn, just being around her and just seeing how she moves and just the things that she's able to do and everything like that, it's all inspiring for me.
Mm,
So it just kind of puts into perspective like, yeah, you're definitely on the right course. So the people that if the people that's around you is supposed to be around you, you will feel it.
mm. And random question, because I heard you talk about celebrity friends and stuff. What's your dream collab if you had to pick one?
Drake is also always my dream collab. Always my dream collab.
Number
What
one.
was that?
No, I just
What was that
I
giggle?
can see it happening. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we
yeah,
can do it.
yeah. And not even that, but I was watching one of your music videos. I forgot what song it was, but you had the table and then you had the playing
Oh
cards. Yo,
yeah.
that was dope. Where you was like,
Yeah.
want to
I
be
want to
big
be
as
big as
Drake. Yeah,
yeah.
so that that was fire. I know, like, since you have like your little celebrity friends and stuff. I know, and the vibe I get from you is like fully independent. You don't want to ask for no handouts. How hard is it to like pull yourself back from like asking one of your friends or somebody in the industry like, hey, could you help me out with this, or hey, could I get a verse? Like, do you do that, or is it like you just want to get it out the mud yourself?
I think that at first I was real heavy on like, all right, I need to connect and I want you to know that I support you before I ask for anything. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I support you, I support your music, and I want you to want to do something for me because you see how loyal I am or because
Right.
you see how hard I go for you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the love on my end is always going to be genuine, and a lot of the people that I come across, they just feel that that love is genuine. And with that, you just when people love you, they will help you. It's
That's
not really
true.
so much of having to ask.
Yeah.
If your music is fire, and like me and Mariah, we've been friends for about 3 years now, but
Okay.
only this year has she like been able to actually listen to my music and then was like, oh shit, whole time you've been fire, and I'm like, whole time I've been
Right.
fire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that comes with just people have to want to listen to your shit. You know,
That's true.
they gotta see you, and they gotta be like, okay, outside of the fact that you cool, outside of all of this, like, what is making me want to actually listen to you? That's the part that kind of gets them, is the fact that I'm really likable and I'm always around, and you feel that love. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, let me hear her music.
I respect that. I respect that. You
Yeah.
know, it's, you know, and I always tell people, you know, you can have what industry friends you want, you can have whatever connections you want and stuff. If people don't genuinely like you, they genuinely don't support you. They just want to support you because you're famous or just
Right.
you got a little clout. And you know, you highlighted a key point there. It was like, you know, making sure I genuinely support you. And that's something that this industry is. It's kind of messed up, but it's like it's a lot of fake shit going on.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that act like they're your friends in public and then in private, you know,
something else.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know, I gotta applaud you for that because you know you're staying true to yourself, and you know you getting out the mud, and you're also doing it in a way where it's like I respect myself, I respect my craft. You know what I'm saying? I respect you as a friend, as an artist, and you know when the time's ready, you know for you when the time's ready, it will happen by itself, and you know that's what's up.
Yep.
And random question, I always ask people this before we wrap up everything. I always ask artists this. Floss magazine, we're known Floss. Like we flossing, getting fly, you know, Harlem, getting money, stuff like that. When you first got that first big check, I don't know, I don't care how you got it, whatever it is. What did you spend that big check on? Like, what was it? I see something. I don't know if that was what you spent that big check on, but like, what was it could be anything that you went crazy on.
The first time that I got a big check, I spent it on my mother.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. You hear Mom Dukes? Take that. That's for you.
Anything you want.
That's what's up.
You get that.
And let me ask, before we leave today, do you have any new music coming for us anytime soon? Anything that
we
you
got a lot of music that's coming. We always got music coming. Okay. What you talking about? Right. For now, you got to stream Deja's Diary Volume 1, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely some music coming out more towards the end of the year. I want to kill them at the end of the last quarter. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else is sleeping.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We're waiting. All right. And before we step off, do you have any social medias, anything you want to link to our viewers, everyone back home?
Of course. Make sure that you follow me on every single platform, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's Deja Destinee official, not Destiny, Destinee. DejaDestinee official. You know what's going on.
All right. And that's it, man. We got Deja Destinee.
Yes,
right?
Destinee.
Hey, all right.
Thank
you. It's your boy Marcus Scott. It's Floss Magazine. Catch y'all later.